Okay, the last lightning talk is collaborative approaches and public speaking courses, harnessing data literacy and creative fluency for lifelong learning, presented by Sarah Cantor and Natalie Haber. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming to our lightning talk. I think we'll just introduce ourselves. Go ahead, Sarah.
Hi, I am Sarah Cantor. I am a studio librarian at the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga.
And hi, I'm Natalie Haber. I am also at UTC Library, and I am our online services librarian. But I'm firmly housed on the research and instruction team, and I work often in the classroom as well. And so here's our brief agenda for our quick lightning talk. We're going to talk about our peer review process here at UTC, and then about the course specifically, this public speaking course, and then our instructional interventions that we have between the two of us, and finally, the results of this particular collaboration.
All right, so I think we all can recognize that peer review of instruction is really important because it makes us all stronger teachers. Here at the UTC Library, though, throughout our larger department, we haven't been super consistent with that peer review process. Studio librarians like me only do peer review occasionally because there's only 3 of us when we're fully staffed. And so it's a little bit harder with such a small group. But our R&I colleagues, where Natalie works, do it every year. Last year, in fall 2023, our teams decided to join up to do peer review of instruction together. Because Natalie and I had been teaching separately for the same public speaking class for several years, we decided to review each other. Our peer review process begins with a meeting to discuss the upcoming class, learning outcomes, activities, and other pedagogical things. The peer reviewer then attends the class and, using a template to ensure we're evaluating the same things, prepares a report on how the class went. After the report is done, both librarians meet again to debrief the class and the review, and we did this for both of our instruction sessions.
And so a little bit more about this public speaking course. Mainly, it is newly designated as a general education course under the category of writing and communication. So it was really important that we land some library research and multimedia instruction in this course, because the students may not actually take a regular comp class anymore, and that's normally where we would see them. This course in particular is primarily taken by business students. Early on in their degree program, it's a requirement for all of our business school. So I think about 90% of the class is business students. And like Sarah said, we chose to peer review this one because this particular section, because we both had really good lesson plans and also a really good working relationship with the faculty teaching. So in this class, these students have to research and write, and most importantly, they create 3 speeches. And additionally, they do have a multimedia assignment that Sarah is going to tell you more about here in a couple of minutes. So the data literacy piece. In their first major assignment, students are required to produce a well-researched outline and include citations on a variety of sources, which come into a speech later on. The main difference here in the library instruction part is that the class, like compared to what we might do in a comp class, is that we hook hard and put a lot of emphasis on data literacy. And the way that I approach this in my lesson plan is to start out with an open discussion on credibility and what do we look for in sources, how do we find good stuff in Google, and then as I pivot to data, the way I do it is I actually just slap up a set of statistics on the board. I've been using a survey that was done on our campus that had to do with food insecurity, and it had really startling results. The results said that 42% of our students had experienced food insecurity at some point in their life, leading up to the time of the survey. And as a class, we use that stat and we talk about the implications and how many of you does that mean? Is it 1 out of 2 or almost 1 out of 2 of you in the class having experienced this thing? And the point really isn't that data set in particular. The point is that any student who wasn't actively engaged in the class up until that point was, right? And so I use this hook and I say, hey, look, data is really important in public speaking. If you've got a bored audience and you throw them some data that comes from a quality source, you're going to hook them. And so from there, I do a demo of Statista, which is a great data database that we subscribe to, and we discuss evaluating data sets, look at how to export that citation, export the visuals for their multimedia assignment later. And it's just a good placement all around in the curriculum. They do this course early on, so they can use Statista for other classes that they use, or just hopefully think about data literacy critically, as they go along. So I'll turn it over to Sarah to talk about the creative side.
Yeah. So I'm sure you're wondering, first of all, what is creative fluency? And I guess I should start by saying I'm a creative technology librarian. Natalie has already mentioned multimedia stuff. So we do a lot of multimedia assignments. And we use the term creative fluency to describe how our work fits in with information literacy instruction that our colleagues do over in R&I. If literacy is the ability to read and understand, fluency is the ability to express ideas easily and articulately. Creative fluency, then, is expressing those ideas in new, original ways using multimedia. So that can be lots of different formats, but for this particular class in public speaking, it takes the form of a video. The students are required to record themselves giving an information or persuasive speech that they already delivered earlier in the semester, and then they have to edit it with picture-in-picture graphics like a newscaster. I come in about the 10th week of the semester and teach them how to do that. So prior to our collaboration, this mostly focused on brainstorming supporting content with a focus mainly on images. This is because Natalie and I were teaching really in a vacuum with fully separate one-shots. But through the peer review process, we were able to collaborate, see what the other was doing, and scaffold our instruction a little bit better. Because Natalie came first in the semester, I was able to immediately, in fall 2023, implement changes to my instruction to scaffold my assignment on top of hers. And then Natalie was able to do that in the spring as well. So I had never really been aware of the data stuff to the extent that Natalie teaches it, and had focused more on pictures and stuff like that. Through this collaboration, I was able to connect my multimedia instruction back to Natalie's data literacy instruction and include resources like Statista as a place to find visuals when talking about when brainstorming those ideas.
And I'll just finish off by adding that I just feel like this whole process was super helpful, being able to see from both directions how we're doing this. And I hope that we do this in the future with classes that we both teach in. So thank you so much. And we'd love to answer any questions that you have.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you for just providing so much information. Apologize, my laptop seems to be lagging, but just in case, thank you, Natalie, and thank you, Sarah. And I just want to thank everyone who stayed on the cause with us all through the session, all through the conference. Thank you so much. I can tell you this has been a great conference, and this ends the 11th annual Lilly Conference for the 2024 conference. So thank you for staying on with us. Great appreciation to our presenters and our poster presenters. Of course, we have a poster session still going on. If you haven't had a chance to go on the poster to take a look at it, we've got great poster presentations up there. Please take some time and interact with our poster presentations. But we just want to thank you so much for being a part of this conference. Special appreciation to the advisory board for coordinating this session, for coordinating the conference, and the amazing planning committee members. Thank you for the hard work behind the scenes. Thank you for just taking on and doing this. Quick reminder, just before I do that, I would like to ask, do we have any other questions? Do you have general questions for our presenters? Please feel free to put that in the chat. All right, I don't think I see any question. Like I said, my internet seems to be lagging, so I'm actually having to use 2 other devices. I'll turn on my video if that helps in any way. Yes. All right. So at this point, we would just like to remind everyone to please complete the conference evaluation form. You will be entered you'll be entered into the prize drawing. The evaluation form that I'm sure this is going on the link on the chat right now. Please complete that, and hopefully you get into the prize drawing and get something. We have the conference notes. If you would like to still view it after today's conference, feel free and keep interacting, keep engaging with us. Thank you once again to Lily conference presenters and everyone on the call. Thank you. April, do you have anything else to add? Am I missing out on anything?
Nope, that's it. It was a wonderful conference. I'm very proud to be part of it. I just put it in the chat, but we will have the recordings and the slides up within the next 2 weeks. I'm already starting to get slides from the presenters. I'm trying to load them. Cassandra and I are trying to load them as we get them in. So hopefully very soon we'll get everything up, and then everything will be posted on the conference website. And then once we have it all up, we'll also send everyone an email too. And one more thing, we are always looking for presentations for our show and tell series. So if you feel inspired by what happened or the conversations that we had, and you have an amazing idea for a presentation, let us know, because we are always looking for one-shot webinars.
And if you still have some minutes and still want to hang around to chat, feel free. We're still going to be here for a little bit. But thank you, Natalie. Thank you, everyone, for just being here and great conversation.
Okay, I'm going to start putting everybody except for those who are co-hosts or the board volunteers into the waiting room. That's okay. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Okay, I think we're good. 13 people are in their waiting room. 6 people are here. Yay, we got it through it. 2024.
Hey, great
Man,
job,
we had some
everybody.
really great presentation.
Oh, fabulous.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really
I learned
good.
so much. It was really, really good.
Let
Oh.
me stop recording too so I can get that chat.